Everyone, today we're going to talk about ChatGPT and how it can help you in your everyday life, whether you're a YouTube creator, whether you're on social media, or whether you're just using it to help you in your journey. I find it amazing. It can become your co-worker, your assistant, and you can brainstorm all your ideas with ChatGPT very easily. You can use any AI program, but ChatGPT specifically became very powerful recently. It's now a very good text query editor. It's the brains are excellent, and image creation has taken leaps and bounds forward. I use it every day in my everyday life as well as in my YouTube journey. So I certainly recommend it for anybody and everybody going forward. But as I say, there are plenty on the market. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, you can use Meta AI, plenty of different programs to choose from. So I suggest starting with ChatGPT because it's very easy to use. You can use it as a text-based editor. You can type into it, or you can use the microphone and talk into it, which is very handy if you're on the go using a mobile phone. You just tell it what you want and wait for the results. So let's hop into the program and have a look. Today we're going to look at the features of ChatGPT and how we go about using it. It's very simple to use, and we'll start with logging in. Here you'll see the web address, ChatGPT, easy to find, and I would also recommend starring it so it appears in your favorites, and then you can reach it from your favorites list. We're going to log in. You can either log in as if you've already logged in before, or you create a new account. The other way to log in is at the top here, or sign in for free. Sign up for free. There are various tiers of ChatGPT, and I would suggest starting with the free version. And if necessary, and you find it very useful, you can upgrade. I'm currently using ChatGPT Plus, which is not a huge outlay each month, but there is an outlay. It's not totally free, but there is a free version and it works perfectly. I'm clicking on my login and we'll get into the program. Didn't take very long. So in the bottom left hand corner you'll see my login, and you'll see that I'm in the Plus plan. While we're here, we'll take a look at the settings that you can personalize. It's not totally necessary, but you might as well do it while we're here. You can leave it in the default. I'm happy with the preset style. You can go to any of the others: professional, friendly, candid, quirky, efficient, nerdy. You can give them all a try, even cynical. You can test out the same queries with the various personalities as well. Choose the way you'd like ChatGPT to talk to you, in a warm tone, enthusiastic, with headers and lists, an emoji, or custom instructions. You can add a nickname if you'd like it to say hello to you by your nickname. As you can see, there's more options here. It does reference saved memories unless you turn this off. It references chat history unless you turn it off, but I stick with the defaults. Now there's a record mode, and it references the history as well. We won't go into advanced today, but you can see that there are multiple different settings, and I would recommend leaving them all as default. Now we'll get into how we go about it. Here we have the new chat. Most of that time you'll use new chat and images. The other significant menu item is the new projects. And I would recommend each time you start a different query, you use new project. Apologies for the break. I seem to have a frog in my throat. What I wanted to say about the project is that once we start a new niche, we'll label a new project by the niche name and keep the content for the YouTube channel separate from any personal information. So I like to use the personal information for any general queries. I might ask what the weather is. I might ask what the results of the latest Powerball is, or any such queries. Sometimes I need a time conversion. You can use ChatGPT for anything. When you're relabeling it, it's very easy. I'm going to start a gardening channel and label it as such for the purpose of this experiment or how-to guide. So the other thing I recommend is that each time you can start a new chat, or you can start within your project. The reason for doing this is because of the history memory, and you don't really want to mix up your gardening and your general everyday use of ChatGPT, although it really wouldn't matter if you did. It has an uncanny memory for remembering what you previously asked for and doesn't really mix up unrelated information. One of the other very useful items is the dictate microphone. So you can activate the microphone and start asking GPT a question. So ChatGPT, please will you give me the top 5 plants for indoors growing in Seattle. Now we send the query to ChatGPT, and here we have some recommendations. As you can see, you get lots of information. You get the offer of further steps in the same process. You can ask for a YouTube script. You can get your search engine optimization description, titles for Pinterest. It's certainly quite clever in wanting to help you. So one of the other general items that I would just want to look at right now is the images. So I use images. Sometimes I ask for an image for sending to a friend or a relative for a birthday. So let's ask for an image. Please create an image for me with a black toy poodle and a ginger cat in a garden that says, "Happy birthday, Susan." It transcribes the message and then we submit it. So it's very useful to use this feature of sending asking for images, specifically for thumbnail creation for your channel. So let's wait and see what ChatGPT sends us. And they certainly answered the question. Happy birthday, Susan, my toy poodle, black toy poodle, and my ginger cat. And it's definitely celebrating a birthday. You can like it, or you can carry on asking for further changes. If you decide you don't like the white daisies over here, or the red roses, you can ask for alternate flowers in the background. And otherwise you download it, and it will land up in your downloads folder on your computer. You can change this default, but I find it adequate for my needs, and I'll just move it out of that folder and into another area where I'm working with whatever I want to use it for. Right, now we've seen how useful and easy it is to create an image. Let's hop back into our gardening project and ask for some help for our YouTube channel. I'm going to use some pre-developed prompts. I keep a prompt template, and I use that template over and over again each time I create a video to assist me with my search engine optimization. The prompts we have are for titles, description, and tags. All requirements, well, you could leave them blank, but they definitely assist the YouTube algorithm in finding the audience that suits and works for your video. The more accurate it is, the better your chances of being discovered. So let's paste our first prompt in here, and we're telling apologies, we're telling YouTube our channel is gardening. I'm going to upload a new video about the top 5 best growing indoor plants in Seattle. I'm telling it that I'm giving it a few titles to look at that I've researched on the internet, on YouTube, and using these as inspiration. I'm asking for a numbered list of 10 to choose from. I'll drop an image of the prompts into the description of the email so that you'll be able to use them to create your own templates if you want to. So here are some examples or useful titles that we can choose from. Top 5 indoor plants that thrive, 5 must-have indoor plants, stop struggling, grow these 5 plants. So as you can see, there's plenty to choose from, and it certainly saved us some valuable time trying to decide what is best. We can choose whichever one we want to, and I'm going to choose stop struggling, grow these 5 indoors in Seattle. And I'm going to use this in my next prompt, and you'll see why I'm choosing it now. So let's see what else ChatGPT has suggested. We can we can change these if we don't like them. High retention, YouTube. Okay, it didn't offer us any more titles, but sometimes it does. So now we're going to work on our description. So we're going to once again take our title and use it in our prompt. So I'm telling it I've got the channel about gardening. I'm going to upload a video with it. Seems I lost a few words. With the titles, Stop Struggling, Grow These 5 Plants, as we got from the list above. And I'm asking it to write me video short description, starting with a strong sentence that grabs attention. As you can see, it really is valuable in giving you a suggestion for your description. It doesn't mean you have to use this, but it certainly makes life easier. It also gives you a few hashtags to add that it'll be part of your description. The last prompt we'll use at this stage is asking for video tags. And here's once again, you've got a channel about gardening, what it's about, and we're asking for the tags. Right, we have a long list of tags, and we probably best want to choose 10 of these but we don't need to overload YouTube with tags, but certainly the best ones that fit this video would be good to choose. So if you're not familiar with the term SEO, this terminology is search engine optimization, and YouTube uses it to find your audience, to find your target audience. And I think that's enough for today, and let me know in the comments if you have any further questions, and I'll answer them as best I can. Thank you for joining me for today's video. Subscribe for further videos, then we can take this journey together.